Hey there guys, welcome back to Full Circle with Joyce. The time now is about 9:42 a.m. A few minutes to go until the top of the hour, but enough for us to give you a travel experience. This time to a country that perhaps some of you have heard of, many of you might not even have heard of. I wonder how many of you can actually point out which direction of the continent it's in as well. We're talking about Benin, and my guest in studio here with us today, we have Sarah Muni, who's a life coach, but also a travel enthusiast. So karibu sana to the show.
Thank you, Joyce.
All right. So tell us a bit about you and travel and your experience with travel. When did you sort of get the wanderlust bug?
Oh, it's been forever. It's been forever. I think back in 2011, I think that's the first time I went like out of the country, which was basically Uganda. Yeah, you just take a bus. You know, the times when you're going for missions, I was serving just somewhere in church, so I was just so much into that, you know. So I think I know every East African road.
Okay.
Yeah, from Nairobi all the way to, by road, all the way to Zambia.
Okay.
You know, so you get to Arusha, Mbeya, those places.
Wow.
And then all the way to Bujumbura, Kigali, I think, all the way to, Western Uganda, going to Northern Uganda, all the way to like South Sudan. I think I know, road by road, town by town, I will tell you.
Okay.
So I started back in 2011, yeah, which was basically, I was just going because of missions and all of that. And then now I got into the training and life coaching. So I started now traveling for conferences now, even other countries like South Africa, Nigeria, yeah. So it was back in 2011.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. And currently you're actually doing a series called The Road to Benin Republic.
Yes.
What's that about?
Oh my God, that was the most horrifying and adventurous. It was horrifying. It was at the same time adventurous, and you know, it's just a story.
What made
I'll
it so
forget.
horrifying?
Yes, and can you imagine? It's the road to Benin, but the road happened in Nigeria. You see, Benin neighbors Nigeria to the east. Yeah, so I thought, you know, because I was having conferences in Nigeria, I was having conferences at the same time in Benin, so I thought, well, it would be best to fly into Lagos, which is Nigeria, and then you know, because since I had my friends and business partners, they told me, okay, from Lagos, the airport, Murtala Mohammed Airport, to get to the border called the semi-border between Nigeria and Benin is just about 2 hours.
Okay.
So I said, well, I can do this. I can do this. I can make for my training in Benin, you know, and then come back to Nigeria and do my training.
Okay.
Oh my God, the story began there, you know.
Oh no.
And first of all, you get to the airport, the person who is stamping your passport, they don't stamp it. They're just concentrating on telling you how beautiful you are, how Kenya is so beautiful. There's so many ladies from Kenya are so beautiful. They actually don't stamp your passport.
This is on the Benin side?
No. This is in Nigeria, first of all, because
okay.
that's where the story begins. So imagine my passport is not stamped entry, and you've already gone.
He was trying to make you his Oga wife.
And but then stamp my passport so that you give me the rights to be in your country.
Okay.
You know, I was so, but then after that, I think there's a lady who came behind me after about 4 hours, you know, and she told me, because I was just, you know, seated, you know, waiting to leave the airport, and she told me, was your passport stamped? That's when I checked and it wasn't stamped, so I went back. So, because you see, for me to get to Benin now, I need to get to the Nigerian, you know, border, and you know, they have to check.
All right. Okay.
So I mean,
it
it was
didn't
a
start
whole
off too
journey
great.
starting from there.
All right. Eventually, though, you got to Benin.
Eventually, I got to Benin, but you know, I was doing training, since you know I'm a life coach, so I was doing trainings the whole day. I had youth conferences. I was, you know, speaking, and you know, the previous night I didn't sleep because we literally slept on the road. On a journey that's supposed to take 2 hours, we slept on the road until morning. You know, so getting to Benin, I was so tired. But you know, the difference between Nigeria and Benin is like, you know, light and darkness.
Okay.
You know?
Maybe for those who've never experienced Benin, probably it's not even on their radar. It's not really, I just had to say, a country that many of us think of about touring. Let me, if I could say that.
Yeah.
Just describe the country for us.
It's very, very beautiful country. Of course, it's on the coast. It's on the Atlantic. It's very, very beautiful. And then, of course, they are French speakers. So, you know, you need to know 1 or 2 words in French. And then, you know, the people are very, very loving. They use a currency called CFA, which is just about, if you exchange to the dollar, it's just about 553 CFA to the dollar. It's about, I think, 50 shillings. 50 CFA to 1 shilling.
Okay.
Yeah, so you need to have $1 for you to be there.
Okay.
And then they're basically very loving people. Yeah.
What was
loving.
most interesting about Benin?
Very interesting for me is, for me, it's the people I was meeting. It's the people that I was meeting. I was meeting a group of youth because I have a youth organization as well. So that for me was what was very, very interesting. And as well as the beautiful places, very, very beautiful places that you visit, you know, in Cotonou, in the city. And the thing is that the sea is there. I love the sea, you know, so the Atlantic. So that for me was really, really very interesting. And then, you know, Benin is also known for, it's the home of voodoo. Yeah, it's known like globally, like people even usually come to do celebrations about on voodoo. So many people actually, when they think of Benin, that's what comes into mind. They say, oh, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But you find that people now who are like Christians and all that, when they like get born again, they're in it now. They really get born again. So
tell us a bit about the culture as well. Of course, you've mentioned that from the spirituality side, there's a lot of like, you know, traditional religion, witchcraft, voodoo, and all that sort of thing. But how are the people, like, in terms of their food, their dressing? What is it actually like? Are there a lot of similarities to Nigeria or none at all? Yeah,
there's a lot of similarities to Nigeria, and their food is, of course, they have the fufu, which you find in Nigeria, which is just a paste of, you know, yams and plantain, and, you know. So they have that, and then they have what you call kuli. That's the food that you find there, which is made of ground. You ground and roast a peanut, and then I don't know, they make them into a certain piece, but it's very sweet. Yeah, so their food is really sweet. It's really nice, very traditional. Yeah, so actually most of the places where I've traveled, I find, you know, I don't even like to compare Kenyan food really. I think I always find their foods are very good. Even if you go to Uganda, their food is, you don't even want to compare. The food is very good. Rwanda, Benin, their food is very traditional. And then the people, the culture, of course, they'll have the kitenge, you know, those ones, very nice.
Okay.
You know, very nice.
I want us to talk about, I saw a picture of you with sugarcane, or there's a lot of sugarcane in this photo. And you've said it's on the coast. Is sugarcane something very common? Maybe we can take a look at that picture. There it is, actually.
Let me tell you, that is not sugarcane. Oh my God.
Like
I don't even know what to call it, but it's a certain delicacy that they have. And it's made of a root. This is actually a root of a plant. I can't remember that because, you know, they were telling me their names, you know. I can't tell you what it is, but it was so sweet, and it's a root. Okay. So sweet. And that's what I thought. I thought this is...
Cecilia, here thinking it's miwa.
I was thinking it's miwa, but it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the women, actually, you find them lining up in the streets with these, you know, miwas in quotes.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So it's a major...
What dish is that one?
This one I think was one of my breakfasts.
Okay.
So that is fried plantain, and then I think that was you know, some pancake.
All right.
And some salad.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say, I guess, are some of the major attractions in Benin? So if someone is planning a really quick trip there, what do they absolutely have to make sure they make time to see? Yes,
there's this market. There's a very big market. Oh my God, I wish I can remember the name of this market. There's a market that it's the largest actually in Cotonou. If you just ask somebody the market, the largest market, the market will take you. But I can't remember the name. It's you know, you'll find every sort of delicacy, everything, you know, their foods, you know. There are things that they sell that are even alive, you know, like what you find like in China. This, you know, they get from the sea, you know. Yeah, so there's that market. It's an attraction because there you will find even the clothings, you know, the clothes, if it's the crafts, you know, the arts and the crafts, and of course now the food. The market is huge. Yeah. And then there is this place, it's called a bridge. It's actually like a bridge, you know. There's a bridge right, you know, when you get to, just before you get to the ocean, you know, there's a bridge somewhere. It's a very large bridge as well. You know, I know these names are in French and they are in Yoruba.
All right.
So
that's all right.
I'm struggling to remember the names.
That's okay.
But there are several attraction sites there that I visited.
Okay. So considering you sort of had a very tumultuous journey into the country, what would be some of your tips then as far as travel, just to kind of avoid and minimize all possible stress?
Oh my God, you need to do your research well. Make sure the country, because for me, I didn't know that actually, 2 hours means, first of all, you're in Lagos and there's a lot of traffic. So you need to know really. I think I should have done my background very well and know, it would have just been best to fly into Cotonou. So it's always best, know the place that you're going. And of course the flights to use, that's very good. Number two, always make sure at least at least 5 words you can be able to communicate in that country. Like I always make sure I know in a country, if it's not English, I know at least how to say how much, how to greet people. So when I was there, since at least you can speak Yoruba there, at least I'll be able to say Eloni, Eloni, which is like how much. Make sure at least you have some words you can communicate, and then of course make sure you don't travel with with Kenyan money, please.
Okay.
Sometimes we think, and I've seen people, because we even had some Kenyans, and they carry, they just didn't know they carry the Kenyan money there, and when you get there, it's useless. You can't use it, and you don't have to. So please just change into dollar or euro.
Okay, yeah, always need to travel with international currency.
Okay, unless you're traveling East Africa, then you're good, yeah.
All right, well, someone here says, wow, people are surely blessed to have opportunity to travel. Most of us from Nairobi to Shago and back, so tell her to enjoy the moment. And you say, actually, I'd love to travel abroad before I die, God willing, Joyce. Hope you will invite me to talk about it. We'll see about that, but thank you so much for that message. And finally now, as we wrap up, what are your top 3 next destinations that you'd like to go to?
My top 3, I love Africa. I love Africa so much. So the place that I'll be going definitely is Ghana. I love Ghana. I've always wanted to go to Ghana, so that's one place. The other place is Sao Tome and Principe. Yeah, that is island Africa in the Atlantic. And then the other place I want to go is in the Belize.
Okay.
Yeah, that is in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So that, like, I've already have a plan,
Okay.
So yeah, so those are the places. I'm just hoping and praying that things open up and things actually work out.
All right.
But it's always good actually to when you have a chance. Sometimes when you have a chance, it's always good to get some exposure. Yeah,
absolutely.
It helps brighten life, sometimes. Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Thank you.
And sharing your experience with us about Benin. Hopefully, I'd not really known much about Benin either. So hopefully you guys have learned something new as you continue to dream and trust God to be able to take you out to wherever it is you want to go someday. But pia unaweza anza tu hapa Kenya, magical Kenya. Some of you have never even left your county. Unaweza anza pole pole tu utembee uende, see if you're from Eastern, see how people at the coast live. See how people in the north live if you're from central, and vice versa. Mkuje uko Nyanza, mwende muogele uko Lake Victoria. Whatever it is, we can also travel and begin right here at home. With that said, guys, we're going to call it a day. Thank you so much, Sarah, again for being here today.
Thank you.
And how can people follow your journey to, what did you call it? Journey to
the road to
the
Benin,
road to
the road
Belize.
to Benin. Actually, I have a Facebook page called Sarah Munyi the Life Coach. Sarah Munyi the Life Coach, as well as YouTube. I have a channel, Sarah Munyi TV.
Okay.
And on Twitter, @Sarah Munyi.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's meet you again tomorrow for even more Full Circle with Joyce as we wrap up the week. DJ Sadiq will be joining me in studio. Lots of music for you. Until then, God bless you. Stay safe, stay warm. Remember to wear your masks, sanitize, and we'll see you soon. Ciao.